Hello and warm welcome, dear audience. This is Estamala, your firstly and successful global educator, SDG and technology uh, enthusiast from Malaysia, who not only focus on her life but also desire to see others excel in their lives by offering quality education for all. Dear respected, precious audience, esteemed academician, and the dedicated project team of Elegant Empire Education welcomes you to the Real Talk with Experts Forum on Sustainable Development Goals today. I'm gladly, I'm gladly greeting and welcoming you to another episode on SDG Forum. We are privileged to have Professor Dr. Rania Lampu and Assistant Professor Dr. Anjum Qureshi here with us today. Our host and project leader for this SDG forum is Assistant Professor Dr. Anjum Qureshi from Rajiv Gandhi Engineering and Research College, Chandrapur. We will explore transformative strategies that empowers communities through knowledge. Together, let us engage in this insightful discussion that inspires action and foster collaboration for a sustainable future with our honorable, respected panelists, Professor Dr. Shruti Tiwari from Parul University, Indore, India. Welcome, Dr. Shruti Tiwari. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us in this vital conversation. Now I pass the session to Dr. Anjum. Dr. Anjum, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Esther, and greetings to everyone. Welcome, Dr. Esther, Dr. Rania Rampo, and Dr. Shruti Tiwari, our esteemed panelists today. And today we are again, will be discussing on one of our sustainable development goals. But do you know what the topic is? Today we can see in the panel today we have over 4 women from different parts of the world, and yes, all the women have one common habit. That is, we are so obsessed with the latest fashion that as soon as a new designer is in the market, we are just in a hurry to go and buy. We have a wardrobe full of clothes, but still, when we want to go to a wedding or when we want to go to a party, most of us say, I don't have anything to wear. And I want to get something new. This is a common thing which we women have follow always. But have you ever thought that this habit of ours is somewhere impacting the climate change? It is somewhere impacting our goal of achieving the SDGs. Yes, today we'll be talking on a very important topic, that is promoting circularity in fashion and advancing SDG12 through sustainable designs. And to discuss on this, we have a very talented person, Dr. Shruti Tiwari from Parul University, India. I welcome you, ma'am. And so I hope you're ready for the discussion. And let's start with our discussion, ma'am. And as I said, yes, we are talking about fashion. In fact, just as soon as I saw this topic, I thought, okay, it is going to be very, very interesting, because we have always thought of fashion as something, we're going to wear some new design and that, but we never thought about the terms like circularity or sustainability with fashion. And it is so good we'll be discussing about this. So, ma'am, my first question is like, how can fashion industry embrace circular economy principles?
Yeah, fashion industry can embrace circularity economic principles by designing for longevity, like creating durable, repairable, and recyclable products, adopting sustainable materials, using organic, recycled, and biodegradable fabrics, implementing closed loop systems like recycling textile waste into new products, encouraging reuse, promoting clothing rentals, resale, and repairing services. With like collaboration, engaging stakeholders across the supply chain for transparency and innovation. With this, definitely, with these principles, we can embrace the circular economy.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
And
are you
I
done
would
with the
like to
answer?
continue. Yeah, I would
Yeah,
like to continue
sure.
it with the presentation, which is on your screen. I will believe that it is visible to everyone on the screen. The slides are there. So let us start with it.
Yeah,
I
it
welcome
is.
you all. It
It
is
should be
visible.
visible. Is it visible to you? Yeah, Dr. Anjum,
Yeah.
Dr. Rania, can you see
Yes,
the
yes,
slide?
yes, yes,
Yes.
yes,
The
it's visible.
presentation. Okay, okay, okay. So,
So, Dr.
uh,
Shruti, you can take control of the slide
sure,
as you see.
sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me on the forum. Today, we'll be exploring how circular fashion can transform the industry while promoting sustainability and aligning with Sustainable Development Goal 12, which is responsible consumption and production. Uh, the current fashion industry operates on a linear model, produces, consume, and disposes. This results in severe consequences, including textile waste piling up in landfills, depletion of natural resources, and social injustice like unfair labor practices. A shift towards circularity is very crucial. So, sorry. Uh, a circular model focuses on four key principles, which are reducing, reusing, recycling, and remanufacturing. By implementing these, we can create a sustainable ecosystem where materials are continuously repurposed. Sustainable designs plays a crucial role in circular fashion. Key practices includes like using eco-friendly materials such as organic cotton, recycled polyester and hemp, emphasizing durable construction to ensure that garments last longer, promoting minimalist design to create timeless pieces, adopting zero waste cutting techniques to minimize fabric waste. Consumers have the power to drive circularity in fashion by choosing quality over quantity, repairing and donating clothes, and supporting sustainable brands. They can contribute to a more responsible fashion industry. As Dr. Anjum said, that we just run to buy clothes. We don't even think about that how our purchasing, continuous purchasing, or habit of tempting purchasing things can lead to the landfills of the textile waste. So, being responsible by adapting quality over quantity, definitely we can motivate to ourselves to be more responsible consumers in the fashion industry. The future of fashion is circular, as we are seeing. It has increased awareness of the
Doctor,
sustainability.
excuse me, sorry,
Yeah,
Dr. Tiwari.
yeah.
Can I check with Dr. Anjum? Dr. Anjum, is she ready for second question or she's still in the first question?
Yeah, yeah, I'm ready for the second, but I think she is talking about
Yeah,
circularity.
yeah,
Yeah,
if you
just
continue, yeah,
yeah,
if,
just two more slides are there.
okay,
Then definitely we'll be discussing about the
okay, fine,
questions.
fine, fine. If you just
So
want to continue.
yeah, yeah, just 2 minutes. The future of fashion is circularity, and we can see that it has increased the awareness of sustainability, growing demand for circular products, advancements in recycling and remanufacturing technologies, stronger collaboration between brands, designers, and consumers to foster innovation. Like policies can play a pivot role in promoting circular fashion by provoking tax breaks for sustainable practices, encouraging transparency through eco friendly certifications, implementing extended producer responsibility to manage textile waste effectively, and call for action, it is the time that we need to take action. By embracing circularity, we can drive innovation and create a more sustainable future for fashion. So let's work together to make fashion both stylish and responsible. Thank you.
Yeah, wow, that was really a great message that we have to make fashion more sustainable and responsible.
Yeah,
And as you were talking about circularity, like we were talking about reducing, reusing, recycling, and
yeah,
remanufacturing. But yes, of course, responsible consumption is also very important. And changes in the policies or policy reformation that is also needed. But when we talk about like sustainability and in terms of sustainability and circularity with the fashion, so here I would like to know something more from you. Like, why do we need to talk about this? Like, are there any negative impacts of the fashion industry on environment?
yeah, definitely. Because when we ladies, especially, we are very much tempted to buy new things, to add clothes to a new clothes to our wardrobe, but we forget that it is actually leading us towards the textile waste. Like overproduction leads to landfills with discarded clothes, water pollution while developing the products, like dyeing and finishing process releases harmful chemicals into water bodies, and carbon emission. High energy usage of production contributes to greenhouses gas emissions. Resources depletion is there, overuse of finite resources like water, fossils, fuels. It leads to resources depletion and social issues. uh, because when we are demanding too much, we are producing, we are doing overproduction, definitely it will leads to exploitative labor practices and poor working conditions. So these are the things which are the negative points of the fashion industry, which are there. And we need
Yeah,
to
that is
take care.
really wonderful answer. Do you have a presentation?
I have already shown the presentation,
Okay, okay. I
those
thought you had
slides.
more
Yeah.
slides. Sorry for that.
No, no,
Yes,
no,
ma'am,
no.
that was a wonderful answer because most of the thing I think it is some kind of misconception or myth that we people have that cloth is biodegradable. But as you
Yeah,
were speaking, like the kind of greenhouse gas emissions and the kind of chemicals that are released into the water and soil when we try to decompose it, this is
yeah,
something which
yeah.
very few people know about it and they have
Knows about
thought
it.
about it. Otherwise,
Yeah,
the responsible consumption, when we talk, most of the time, the people talk about responsible consumption of water, responsible consumption of electricity, or any other energy resources,
yeah,
but no one talks about
yeah,
responsible consumption of the clothes that we wear every day. That is really a wonderful answer.
yeah,
And with this, I would like to know one more thing. Like, how can you promote
yeah.
circular fashion through sustainable marketing and branding?
Okay. Like you would have seen, there are many of the
Wonderful.
brands like H&M brand, Nike, Levi's. They are working. They are majorly working in the area of the sustainable and circular fashion. We can highlight eco initiatives like showcasing efforts of recycling programs and use of sustainable materials, where we can showcase it to the public, to the consumers, so they will be getting the awareness and they will be adapting the model of it. Then having transparent communication, sharing honest stories about the supply chain and the environmental impact. Most of the consumers doesn't understand that whatever they are taking is going to harm the environment. So when we will be giving them the awareness while selling the product, if we are putting it up on the product, so through that we can make them aware about it, and we will be educating them that the kind of products they are taking, if it is biodegradable, they that is environmental friendly, and if the product is having some mixture of synthetics of the chemicals, it is going to definitely harm the environment. Engaging consumers, like promoting second-hand fashion, which is called thrifting in a fashion terminology, repairing workshops, then eco-friendly, eco-education campaigns can be thrown to the consumers, and certification and labels. When you are giving recognized eco certifications by building trust with the brands, so these things will help in the building up of sustainable branding and marketing. And then the storytelling, which will help to slow down the fast fashion, means connecting with the product, connecting, telling the story, creating narratives for the sustainable and emotional connect with the consumers and the products. So such things can help in building the sustainable branding and marketing.
Yeah, wonderful, ma'am. Like, of course, these are some of the key steps that we can be taking to a sustainable branding and marketing, and especially as you said, like about awareness. We need to raise that awareness that whatever we are taking, whatever we are purchasing or consuming, whether it is really environment friendly or not, whether it is sustainable or not. So this is going to be a very tough task, in fact, sometimes. So I just have one more small question for you. Like you talked about so many methods, like how we can be encouraging sustainable marketing and branding. And you told about storytelling, you told about awareness. But do you think that it is going to be that easy, or will there be some challenges when we try to implement this among the people?
Definitely, there are challenges. We are facing challenges, but definitely, if we like the forum you have created, definitely whoever is watching us is getting educated towards the biodegradable products. They are getting awareness towards the sustainable products, plus implementing it as a part of education, as a part of syllabus or curriculum. So, especially in the designing courses, in the fashion designing courses. It is not just to create a designer, and when a student is aware and is working in the area of sustainability, trying to slow down the fast fashion, connecting it with the weavers, creating stories with the weavers, embracing the heritage of India, and uh, working towards the heirloom of the textiles or any of the handicrafts, especially textiles, which can be transferred to next generation. Like I'll give you an example of my own. My mother purchased one of the Kathiawadi lehenga for me when I was in class 10th in 1987, and yesterday my daughter was wearing the same lehenga for one of the event. And if you check the age of that garment, it is somewhere more than 35 years. So, and if you see that garment, it won't look like that it has been aged for such a long duration. So this kind of thing, can having an emotional connect with the product, developing it in such a way, definitely is going to help us in this area to develop sustainable. And we are facing challenges, but we have to overcome. As our being designers, it is our responsibility to be stylish, but at the same time to be responsible, to develop responsible designers for the society.
Yeah,
Yeah,
may
of
I
course,
ask
that.
one thing? Yeah,
Yeah,
Dr.
sure,
Anju,
sure.
because related to what she mentions. Okay, as you mentioned
Yes,
just
ma'am.
now, Dr. Tiwari, that the same suit which you wore
Yeah.
so many years ago, now your daughter is wearing. Okay, sometimes the
Yes.
material can last, but is it uh, safe for us to use the material for many years? Any material, or there are certain
Yes.
material you can use for a long time? Certain material only has certain
Yeah,
lifespan.
there are certain materials, like I'm talking about, especially the Indian heirloom, the Indian heritage, especially the handlooms, which are actually meant as a for the different generations. Like you can transfer it to the another generation. They are very pricey, costly, as well as you can procure it in such a manner that they can live that long life, and it can be transferred to the next generation. There are textiles like Kanjivaram, Banarsi brocades, which can be transferred to the next generation because they are expensive. They are meant of pure gold or pure silver, so they can be procured very easily. If you're
Yeah,
procuring it properly, they can be transferred, and it is safe, definitely.
yeah. I've been like keeping like silk saris and all that. So many years I
Yeah,
didn't even touch, but it's still, in good condition. Even when you wear it,
yeah.
it's okay. It's just
Well,
like
they
brand.
look, and they all these traditional textiles, they never ever go out of fashion. They are
Yeah,
always in trend. They
always
are
in
always
trend.
in fashion. Yeah.
Then how about polyester?
That
Polyester or polyester mixed with
No,
any
not polyester, not polyester.
with
Because if we are talking about the sustainable fashion, definitely we are trying to avoid polyester, or we are
polyester.
trying to recycle polyester, because polyester, 1 meter of polyester takes almost 200 years to get decomposed.
Oh,
So
because it's
it
plastic,
is
right? It's plastic base. They
yeah, it
have
is plastic based. That is why you would have seen videos of Levi denims, that they have created denims out of the pulpit bottles. A thread, they have created a thread and then woven a jeans denims of that parapetal bottles, plastic bottles.
yeah.
So that is how Nike and Puma are recycling the plastics in the form of athleisure, or they are creating active wears, for which we pay almost 6,000, 10,000.
Lot of
And if you
yes, yes.
actually see the manufacturing, all that trash which are being picked up by the pickers of the trash pickers, and it is being converted in such beautiful clothing out of it. It is actually to think about, these brands are actually thinking about the environment, working towards the sustainability of the environment. So they are collecting all the plastics and converting it in a form of footwears like shoes, or your raincoats, your wind cheaters, and your active wears.
Then how about cotton? Cotton, is
Cotton
it?
is
Yeah. What is your advice? Cotton is very comfortable. Okay.
Cotton
Yeah.
is always comfortable, ma'am, and cotton is the most acceptable fabric by everyone, and it
Yes.
is the purest form. It is the most hygienic fabric, and it is
Yeah.
biodegradable.
But
So
again,
that
it's
is,
from a tree, a cotton tree. So how do you see
yeah.
it in terms of sustainability? If you're talking about
How?
fashion, yes.
Yeah.
But if you talk about cutting down trees, having cotton trees and cutting down the cotton trees,
No, it is actually a fruit of the plant. So you
plant
have to pick it up. Yeah, it is a fruit of a
and
plant.
use it. That's
So
all
when the
right.
cotton, yeah, cotton cultivation is being done, the plant is almost of 16 to 17 inches tall. And during the time of April, March and April, in India, it is the time of Holi. So during the time of Holi, it is being picked up. All the pods from the plants are picked up. They are being cleaned, and then the cotton manufacturing is started. Because it is the most hygienic fabric, you can boil it up to the 100 degrees centigrade. It can take up the UV rays, and it has the best absorbency in the hot temperate zones like climatic conditions, where like India and Egypt, you would have heard that linen and cotton are majorly being used in Egypt, the where the area desert areas are there, even in United Arabs and Dubai, because they give you comfort, they give you soothing feeling, and they are hygienic also, and as well as they are biodegradable also. They are environmental friendly fabric.
Friendly. Okay. Oh, yeah, biodegradable. Yes.
Yeah.
So our audience get the message about cotton also, polyester, cotton. So some
Yes.
of it, they don't have time to go and read all this. So by you sharing this, they can just get quick information. Yeah, from the
Information,
yeah,
definitely.
from the specialist. Yeah. So Dr. Anjum, you may continue.
Yeah, thank you, actually, Dr. Shruti. And of course, it was a very
Thank you,
good
ma'am.
discussion. In fact,
Yeah.
I too had some questions, but already Dr. Esther has, asked those questions. But
Asked.
we have Dr. Rania also with us. She must be having, again, a few questions for you,
Sure.
because this is
Really
a
happy.
topic in which we women can, discuss for next few hours. We can be discussing on it. But yes, Dr. Rania, do you have something to ask?
Yes, yes.
I
First, I would
didn't know
like to
you have the
congratulate.
questions. I asked. I just asked randomly. Okay, fine.
Yes,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
Dr.
I
fine.
Rania.
want
No,
to
no issues.
congratulate first Dr. Shruti for this very, very
Thank
enlightening
you, ma'am.
presentation. We learned a lot today, and
Thank you.
I want to say here to the audience, it's very important to say that the clothing sector is the fourth largest polluter of the environment worldwide, with
Yeah.
92 million tons of waste being produced
Yes,
annually. And
yes,
it's not only
yes.
this, they say that this is going to increase by 60%, given the fact that clothes are used, for increasingly shorter period of time before being
Yeah,
thrown away. And at the same
yeah,
time, what is happening, in contrast, the global recycling rate falls short of 1%. In my country, Greece,
yeah,
only 20% of textile products are recycled. However, the clothing companies try to collaborate with the Athens Chamber of Commerce and Industry. They collaborate with the Ministry of Environment and Energy, with recycling agencies. So great efforts are made. However, we're still behind. Um, so I want to ask you, actually, you mentioned about polyester and all these materials and sustainable materials, etc. So what steps actually can the fashion industry take to reduce microplastic pollution, which is caused by synthetic fibers in both production
Actually,
and post-consumer use? Mm-hmm.
yeah, synthetic fiber is useful definitely because it becomes the fabric becomes more economic. That is why the polyester has been introduced. At times, it is good also, but right now the condition what we are facing that it takes too much of time to get decomposed. It is not at all a biodegradable material. So basically, a lot of designers, various industries, they are working to make people aware towards the sustainable fabrics, plus to slow down the fashion. For slowing down the fashion, as I told you, that there are certain things that a consumer needs to be make more aware. The honest stories needs to be shared, plus the connectivity with the garments or with any product which you are purchasing needs to be there, so the particular garment has a longer life. Even industries are working in this area, so they are doing zero they are utilizing zero waste techniques through which they could produce less of the waste material. Plus, many of the designers are working in this area that they are promoting sustainable fabrics and sustainable practices.
Mm-hmm. So definitely, as you said, there is a shift to sustainable materials. So we can use natural alternatives like organic cotton, for example,
Yeah,
recycled
yeah.
wood,
Organic cotton is
etc.
being introduced. Then herbal dyeing is there. Nowadays, medicinal dyeing is being experimented. So, which can be helpful for like one of my student did an experimentation to produce an Ayurvastra, which is actually combining Ayurveda and textiles together. And she has dyed a material in turmeric, which is being utilized in every Indian home as a spice. We use it. So she dyed that material into a turmeric. Basically, she was working for the skin rashes. So the fabric which is being worn by the person is actually into a herbal dyeing as well as in medicinal dyeing. So such practices are being utilized in the area of to promote sustainability. We are practicing it as a part of our curriculum also. We are teaching our designers to work majorly in the area of sustainable fashion.
Dr. Shruti, sorry, Dr. Rania, let me, it's
She,
related to what she's sharing. You see, the turmeric
she,
dye which your student is using, do you think that over time it will fade, the color will
yeah.
fade, change? Yeah, it can treat because it's antiseptic, right? Turmeric is antiseptic.
Turmeric,
It just
Yeah, it is antiseptic, and it is majorly in the yellow color. Like through
Yeah.
natural dyes, there are certain ingredients which are natural. Through coffee, you'll get Coca-Cola color. If you need black color, then you have to dip an iron in a iron utensil, and you'll get a black color. If you add coffee to it, it will get a bit of chocolate as well as black color into it. If you want red color, pomegranate peels are also utilized to get the red color. So such practices we are incorporating in our educational curriculum to create to maintain the sustainability, to promote the sustainability.
Dr. Rania?
Yes. I want to say
Yeah.
that here we need more innovation. I mean, we have
Yeah.
heard
Yeah.
so many techniques about, how to improve fabric design through technology, more innovative fiber blends when we blend
Blend.
synthetic fibers with natural, more durable fibers.
Yeah.
They say also about how to develop better washing technologies, another issue, how to invest in washing machine filtration technology that captures microfibers during production processes. Or
Yeah.
you said about dyeing, eco-friendly dyeing, so low impact
Yeah.
dyes and clean technologies. So here I want to ask you about
Yeah.
technologies. What are the main technological advancements in this field? I mean, I have heard about chemical recycling, I think mechanical recycling, things like that. Um, what technological innovation exists now for recycling textiles?
Like right now, they are doing recycling the water which is being driven out from the chemicals. So they are reusing it again for it, because when the chemical is there, definitely even it's difficult to reuse. You can utilize only for dyeing that particular water.
And I have heard 3D printing also that is used.
Yeah.
Upcycling involves, we know that this involves how to transform all garments or textiles into higher value products. But 3D printing, now they can utilize recycled textile materials for fashion and industry. So it's something that's very interesting, 3D printing with recycled textiles.
Yeah.
So many innovations in fiber regeneration. It's actually it's fascinating, but we need, as we said, awareness on these campaigns. You mentioned at the beginning about closed loop textile closed loop recycling, also the systems.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very important. And
That is important.
mhm. Many methods in technology, mechanical and chemical recycling, etc. So I think that we must embrace all this new movement. Dr. Esther,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Yeah, if you have, because Dr. Anjum's place power cut, so she can't
Oh.
continue. So if we have finished, we can let Dr. Shruti share or say something before we close the session.
Yeah,
Very,
of
You
very
can
course, of
close the
course.
fruitful,
session.
very
Thank you
intense,
so
very
much. I believe it
impactful,
was fruitful for the audience.
very, very.
Whatever information.
Yes, it creates.
One more question. I need to ask one more thing.
Let me,
Yes.
How
Dr.
can
Rania is
Yes.
brands?
specific.
Do you
Yeah.
believe that brands are actually prepared for future trends? What are the long-term challenges and
They are
opportunities?
working. Yeah, they are facing, even in academics, I'll say, being a faculty of fashion design or a textile designer, we are facing, definitely there are brands, some brands who are sincerely putting up efforts for the sustainable fashion. There are a lot of institutions, even the young generation is getting aware, because right now the situation is quite alarming. If we didn't took action right now, the situation is going to be difficult in the future. So there are many brands who are sincerely working for the sustainable fashion, as well as institutions also, where designers, the upcoming aspiring designers, are thinking seriously to be a responsible designer and connecting themselves with the revival of crafts and revival of different textiles, reusing recreating, regenerating it, uh, creating things out of scrap, utilizing the scrap of the industry, and then creating something out of it. Many of the designers are working in this area.
And what about the cost? I forgot to mention. It's cost effective. It's something which is in
It
the
is going to
interest
be
of public,
definitely cost effective.
or very
Yeah, when we
expensive
are
for businesses.
no, 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 no. Like in institutions, many of our designers, we always put up a marks for such collections that the student is going to get more marks if they are taking up scrap from the industry, and then they are creating their showing their creativity. So like if you purchase a fresh piece of fabric from the market and designing something which is it's very easy to do it, anybody can do it, but actual creativity comes out of a student when you are just being given with the scrap. You are taking industry scrap and then converting it in a form of fabric and creating your designs out of it. So that is actually more creative, and through such practices we are teaching our aspiring designers that they could contribute towards society by eliminating all these textile waste. Few of my students, along with the civil engineering, we are working on it. Actually, it is under process, where we have taken up all the polyester waste and we are developing fabric bricks out of it for the interior section. Right now, we have just developed the fabric brick. We haven't tested it, so we will be taking it in a form of like creating top of the tables, utilizing them as a form of partitions. So this is what in process, and our major concentration is on utilizing the polyester waste. We are not many of the designers have worked on denim waste as well as cotton waste, but we are concentrating on the polyester. So as polyester doesn't decompose quickly, so we are working on it. We are recycling it in a form of fabric bricks and connecting it with the resin and producing fabric bricks. Definitely, if we will be successful, we'll be taking it up on a larger scale and creating artifacts out of it. This is how like me, many of the designers are working, many of the educators are working in this area.
Yeah, this is fashion engineering. Yeah, you
Yeah,
are
it
using.
is with this civil engineering, like we are
Yeah,
developing for construction. They use cement to prepare a brick. So we are preparing a brick with the help of resin as well as polyester fabric. We are utilizing all the industry scrap and compressing it with the resin and preparing fabric brick out of it.
yeah. I
So
think
right
our
now for
audience
you,
has really well informed of what is fashion actually. Like if you ask me before I really open up these sessions with you, even first time, even now, we are not aware about what actually is happening behind the fashion industry. Okay, at the backyard. Like now, when you
yeah,
share, we really know, oh, fashion. We only know fashion, dressing. What is the
dressing, yeah,
design? We already think of the colors, fashion, the design. That's
definitely.
all we know. That is what we want to know. You know,
Gee,
we don't think about anything until the doctor says, "Oh, you are allergic to this material. You are allergic to that
yeah,
material." Then we start to think about what I should wear and not. So I think
what, yeah.
our global audience will benefit from here. They'll be very selective in future of what they have to wear, what is good, what is environmental
Free.
friendly, and what is uh, health suitable for our health. It won't cause any
Yeah.
disease or some side effects by using that. You think which type of material normally causes a lot of skin rashes and all that? Is that
Rashes.
polyester?
It's yeah, it's 100% polyester. But like if you have cotton, we are working in the area of creating dresses of turmeric dyeing. It is actually for the skin rashes, so
Okay,
it will heal. So
brilliant.
fabric is being utilized for your body healing also.
Body healing. Wow, it's
Yeah.
really therapy, treatment as well. Fashion into treatment, civil engineering, and all that. Wow, this
Yeah,
I think
it
people
is
never heard
actually
of
under
this.
the Yeah, it is as per our new education policy, multidisciplinary things are coming up. So we are
Okay.
trying to connect. It is not just constructing the clothings, as I talked about it in my presentation. That lot of production is happening. We are overproducing things, and that is why we have a lot of landfills. So if we are thinking it responsibly in the education sector, we are now connecting it with the different areas like civil engineering, ayurveda, physiotherapy. We are connecting it that way and creating, telling students, teaching students in such a way that fashion is not only just creating few clothes or the garment section. It is about the activewear also, athleisure also, or you can even work in the area of creating sustainable bricks, which can be done with the help of civil engineers. So this is
Yes.
how we are working.
And how about you mentioned just now about physiotherapy? How
Yeah.
are you relating this? How are you relating
In
this?
that area, you would have seen a back pain belt, which we usually
Ah,
use over the garments for the back
yes,
pain. So one
yes.
of my student has created a corset for the as a gym wear for the women, for the females. It is under testing right now. She'll be presenting it an IIT conference. I think on 30th of January, she's going to present her concept. So she's working on it, and if that is worked, like we worked under the physiotherapy people, we took guidance from them, and she has created it in a form of corset. Any women can wear it while doing gymming exercise. So and you can wear shirt over it, so it is actually treating yourself with that corset, and nobody can identify that actually you're suffering from the back pain, or
Yeah.
you are going to gym. It
I
is
think
that way.
really
It is a fashionable conversion of a back pain belt with the help of
what material
physiotherapy
is
people.
that? What material normally used for this type
Uh,
of costume?
like it is right now, we have only prepared a prototype with the simple cotton material. Afterwards, we'll be when we'll get the patent. If it is successful, we'll go for the patent under our name. And after that, definitely we will be working in the area to towards the fabric, like what kind of fabric, because the back pain belt is of completely polyester material, but we are covering it with the cotton material, so it will look beautiful also at the same time. It won't look that ugly. Look
Wow.
is completely changed through that.
Can we design something for ladies to wear with cheongsam like this? Sometimes some ladies have the lower abdomen is slightly fleshy and all that. So can we design something
Yeah,
using this concept to have beautiful
we
shapes
we
for it?
can we can work on it, definitely, ma'am. We can work on it
Yeah, work on that. I think you
because
can sell a lot in Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia,
it will.
and China itself.
Yeah,
China, of
Indian,
course, we
Indian
have
women
only
have that
models.
kind of figures.
Yeah, I think it can sell better. I think many women like to wear cheongsam,
Yeah.
regardless what race
Yes,
they
ma'am.
are, what background. I think they love to wear cheongsam. So I think next project of yours, please consider this. And first piece, please send to
Sure,
me.
sure.
Send to me
Definitely, definitely, ma'am.
item, to test and wear and promote in Malaysia. I think sure you can
Yes,
sell a
yes,
lot
yes.
in Malaysia. Malaysian ladies are very conscious,
Def,
especially
de-
in Malaysia. All of us we dress everybody's clothes, you know, unless you wear the hijab.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
Everyone like to wear everybody else clothes. So even sari, in my
yeah,
country the Chinese like to wear, the Chinese marry the Indians, they wear sari, and the Malays like to wear sari because during their wedding pre-wedding, I mean a day the night
yeah,
before the wedding they have a ceremony, where they put mehendi and all that. So it's actually from Indian culture, but the Malays follow that. So
yeah,
the day before the wedding, they will now in Malaysia, they are all dressed in Bollywood, Hollywood, lenga, and all that. With exactly, they look like Indian bride. So if
yeah,
this Cheongsam belt comes, I mean the corset comes, I think they will buy and even use Cheongsam. You know. especially Indian. I think many
Sure,
Indians
ma'am.
will go for Cheongsam. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Fabulous answers, and we had
Thank you, ma'am.
such a phenomenal session today. And Dr. Rania, Dr. Anjum, she cannot connect because power failure.
No,
So
no,
Dr.
I'm
Rania,
Yeah,
there. Actually, I'm there. I'm
that's
listening.
some.
listening. Okay, so you have anything to
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
Nia?
I can't switch on the camera, but I'm listening, and it
Okay,
was
okay.
really very good, Shruti, ma'am, because I never thought about like research can be done in fashion industry. It was so good listening to that. Thank you so much.
I'm so
Thank
excited.
you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Rania, you may do the
Yes, yes.
closing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you
you
so
so
much,
much.
Professor.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shruti Tiwari from India, Dr. Anjuma, Dr.
Thank you, ma'am.
Estera, all participants. It's my honor to give the closing remarks to the forum Real Talk with Experts. What a joy to organize this forum online and to be able to welcome experts and dignitaries in the field of education, which is a good sign to collaborate together in order to enhance the education system globally. I would strongly emphasize that the slogan quality education for all accomplishes the mission and vision of elegant and higher education. Thank you, Dr. Shruti Tiwari, for highlighting all the aspects of sustainable fashion. First, sustainable design. Circularity in fashion begins with thoughtful and intentional design. Sustainable design prioritizes the long-term usability, recyclability, and low environmental impact of a product. So by shifting focus from fast fashion to a circular model, designers and brands can create garments that are built to last with the aim of reducing waste and extending the life cycle of products. Secondly, you talked about sustainable production, how to reduce waste and resource use. Production in the fashion industry is typically resource intensive, contributing to pollution, energy consumption, and the depletion of natural resources. So, shifting to circular production models can definitely help mitigate the impacts by rethinking how garments are made and the materials used. About we mentioned about circular consumption and how to engage consumer sustainability. The fashion industry has historically operated under a linear model, buy, wear, dispose. So now the circular consumption, on the other hand, we focus on extending the life cycle of clothing and reducing waste. And this, of course, requires, as you said, consumers to shift their mindset and embrace more sustainable practices in how they purchase, how they care for, and how they dispose of their clothing. So innovations in circular fashion, the role of technology, which plays a vital role in enabling circularity in fashion, and of course collaboration. This is very important. So promoting circularity in fashion is not just about protecting the planet. It's about creating a more sustainable, ethical, and responsible fashion industry, more responsible citizens, and by advancing sustainable design, production, and consumption, the fashion industry can make significant strides towards achieving SDG12. Before putting this forum into a close, let us give a big applause to Professor Dr. Anjum for hosting wonderfully, moderating this forum. We'll talk with experts. Thank you again, Dr. Shruti, for your very informative discussion. And heartfelt gratitude I would address to the brilliant audience, the teachers, the parents, the students who made it here with us today out of your busy schedules. We will meet again next week with another important topic about Sustainable Development Goals. And before I let you go, let us give a big thank you to Ambassador Professor Esther Malla, the visionary founder, brain, and the heart of Elegant Empire Education as the project director. See you soon. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Shruti. We'll again in your professional class here with another interesting topic. So we are very much looking
Definitely.
forward.